when we're looking at this, we've got vertical position, and you held that really well. But vertical position gives us the four things we're really after. If we can have our shoulders over our hips, then we can create rotation, we can create lift, we can push, and we can defend. I can push and defend because there's an opening, there's a gap between us and them. If I take and put my chest on your chest, I will already be penetrated. My head will be on the other side of your ear. And what happens now is if you just hit a hard level change, I go right over top of you. No one wants to level change out of this position because you level change right now, I'm going to front head hold you because I've left that gap, that space. You know, if you're on a protection detail for the Secret Service, you will create a bubble. And that bubble will be the protection zone between you and making your target really, really hardened. So that's what you're doing when you get to this spot. Trust me, you got all kinds of power out here. You can see this power. These guys have got real power. So don't worry about that. So now we're going to reach with our feet and we're going to brace. And you guys are already doing the bracing, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. You were hitting really nice. You were hitting solid. So I'm gonna run this real quick. Okay, one time. So now we're going to go to bracing, and I'm going to make a slight level change here, and I'm going to work into my opponent. And so what I'm after is there's going to be a slight level change, and then right now, as soon as I make that little level change, I'm going to go into him. And I try to hit him. And the moment I hit him with my hands, look at my feet, my core, everything is solid. When you hit them, it's like hitting them with your whole body. Boom, right there. It's about, I'm going to hide my hands, and then I'm going to get my hands where I want them. So we walk out, walk in, instead of just reaching. If you reach with your hands, bad things happen to you. You get drugged. So I reach with my feet. My whole body, I level change, and then I go into him with my whole body. You were doing a great job of that. Okay,
Coach, have you ever seen those videos of like Bruce Lee, and he talks about like
yes,
all of his muscles in his body and tensing up his whole upper body and snapping and the 1-inch punch? That's what it makes me think about when I see you do that. And how can they demonstrate that by themselves as they work the footwork and start to reach with their feet on their own?
Okay, so it's like,
you know what I'm talking about with the Bruce Lee thing, though.
Oh yeah, because that's where I got it. That's exactly where I got it. What I did was I went to the 67 film that he did, a piece of film he did in Santa Monica, California, where he punches that guy and drives him back like 9 feet into a chair.
Yes.
And this is exactly where it came from. So it's the idea that we're going to take our whole torso, our whole core, and throw it forward at one step. So you're going to put your shoulders over your hips, and then you're going to make a 2-footed jump slide, if you will. This jump slide is like you're going to move about, 10, 12 inches probably. But your feet are not going to change. They're not going to reach with a step. Both feet go at the same time. And what happens is you'll develop this timing where your feet hit solid right before you hit the body.
Can you show it again? Can you show the example of yourself doing it again?
Yeah.
And that's what you call a jump slide or a jump pop? Or what do you call it? You got a name for it?
Well, no, I don't, because I'm still working that out because I want to do – I'm working on this cueing thing. You got to get that book, Coach. I'm going to share that book.
What's the name of it again?
It's the Language of Coaching by Nick Winkelman. It's crazy good. But out of that, I'm working on this cueing, so I'm not there yet, but I'm close. Okay, you see that one? That was a solid hit. These last couple are the best ones. But you just got to get up and practice this a few times and just hit solid. It's about making sure that you level change, and then make sure your butt and your shoulders, your hips and your shoulders, hit him at one time. Think about taking a dumbbell in your hand and then punching somebody with a dumbbell. You evenly with both sides the weight.
Mm-hmm. And I notice also too, your head is up and your neck is straight. You're not going in with your head at all. Your head's not going in. Your head's not part of this.
Absolutely. You're so right on, because what happens is that, and you'll see it later on in 2-on-1, so many people, they take a 2-on-1. I used to even teach it that way. Take a 2-on-1, put your head on the inside position. I don't do that anymore.
Right.
If you look at Karelin wrestle and
laugh at that. The Russians laugh at that. You put your head down, you take all your power away.
exactly.
Yeah.
So head neutral is power. So you got it. You can rotate, you can create lift. So let's move on with this. So again,
wait. So when in a folk style freestyle match would you implement that and the crossover from that position? Because I can see it happening. I just want to see.
Yeah.
Because I can see him doing it. I can see the match changing or you forcing that tie. But how do you see that playing out in a folk style freestyle bout?
The only way that a referee is going to let you hit another person that hard is going to be open-handed with your body, not your hands. If you extend your arm and hit somebody that hard, they're gonna blow their whistle and kind of give you that finger, probably, right?
Yeah.
So in Greco, they're going to let you hit somebody hard in two ways. One, they're going to let you shoulder in, but they will never let you hit somebody with their shoulder as hard as they'll let you hit them with your hands, as long as your hands aren't moving. If your hands stay still and you jump into them like that,
boom,
they're gonna give a lot of latitude. I mean, I've hit some people really hard. I come out of camp sometimes and I got to ice my wrist because my wrists just aren't strong enough to take the brace that I'm delivering to it at the time. So I think that's one. Now, application for folk style and freestyle. Okay, so it's your lead, it's your trail hand. So if you get in your stance, okay, jump up and get in your stance, please. Okay, now you're going to take your left hand and as you jump your feet forward, your left hand's going to make hard contact. Go. Yes. That hand, and you want that hand in a straight line. See how the hand's outside the elbow right there? You don't want that. Slide it in. There you go. Right there. See, that's a straight line. That's going to be more power right there. You can hit someone really hard with that. And you stand them up. So you catch coach at his shoulder. So it's going to be coach's right shoulder. You're going to hit him pretty hard and stand him up just a little bit. You're going to put that second hand on him now. Now, drop down a little bit more in your stance. Let's make it a little more like you guys go. Right there. Now I stood him up. Now you've got instant push going. Now he's got to fight the push. Now here comes the drag or the 2-on-1. One of those two is going to hit. Yes. So, and there, right there, because your head's already over there, yeah. I think I would start really looking at hitting that drag going to your left.
I've been talking about, I want to see that. I've been talking about a lot with this back step. Like, okay, so bringing that toe leg up to whenever I go to step to my shot or for my fake or whatever. Is it the same process with that back step as you go ready to these jumps?
It is, but it's simultaneous. The push happens. You're right on, coach. The push is going to happen. But so think of this. What sprinters do now is they don't do what I was taught when I was in high school, how to sprint. Their pedals are set within inches of one another now. They don't have that long gait to start with. They're right on each other. And
off the acceleration, you mean?
They jump out of the blocks 2 feet.
Uh-huh.
They take 2 feet and they jump straight out of the blocks. And in air, they get their feet set. So when they hit, they're perfect. You're going to do something like that with this. You're going to be in a really strong stance. And then all of a sudden, you're going to explode off of both feet, not just the back. Yes. And you're just going to – all of a sudden, I tell you, when you start drilling this, you'll shock kids. And what you'll have to do is teach them, you got to have your head up because otherwise you're going to headbutt somebody. And it's if you do hit with heads, it looks so bad, they will probably hit you with a caution in 2 because it is violent. Bounce into each other a couple of times. Both of you be ready. Yes. Now yes, hands. Put that gap between you. Now, Cade, you can hit him as hard as he's hitting you because you're not going shoulders. Yes. Now, both of you go. Yes. There it is. Yes. Now, here's the deal. We've got to get our arms stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
And Cade, that's the reason why there's weight classes in our sport right there, brother. Okay? If you did that to me, I'd be in the wall. Okay? But that's the deal. You can deliver unbelievable amounts of force with this thing. and it's completely recognized. No one blinks an eye. You know what I mean? And I love it because it's a great introduction. It's like me shaking hands with you. I shook hands with you, but the next time I touch you, it's going to feel like a freight train hit you. So, all right. So now our next piece is we've got this first contact. So we got first contact, and almost all first contact will be square, because no one that is any good at all is ever going to give you an open angle. They're going to constantly square their hips to you. So what we want to do is we want to look at, this is what's going to happen. So let's not try to fight it. Let's not try to, I spent years trying to go out and get a wrist and create an angle before I got in. And what we realized is I just spent a lot of energy that I couldn't do anything with. So let's go ahead and embrace the magic of this. I'm going to hit you, and I'm going to hit you straight on. But the second I hit you straight on, I'm going to look to create an angle. So I'm going to hit you. I'm going to try to push you. And out of the push, you're going to put one of your feet back. Otherwise, I'm going to run you. And so when you put the 1 foot back, it allows me to create almost an instant angle. And that's how come what I want you to do, Kate, is I want you to work hard enough at this that you start realizing that your angles will show up on both sides. You're not still looking for your pathway. You're going to open up some more pathways now. You're going to build the box. You're going to explode the box, make it bigger. So now, standing push. When we get the standing push part, as soon as we make contact and we're direct square on, go ahead and take a couple of steps right then. That's when you want to step, because there's a magic moment here, and we don't want to miss it. If we try to change off to the tie, you've taken away part of the power you've already delivered. Okay?
Patience.
Hit him and try to walk in 2 steps. Hit him, try to walk in 2 steps. There you go. Now is when you're going to start seeing. You're going to start seeing coach's reaction. There's going to be a reaction.
It's not a shuffle. You said walk it.
Hold on.